Bebop, got it on lock. Check your wristwatch. Tick tock, time for lift off. You hear the stars calling.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the Bebop Boys podcast. We're talking about movies, anime, comic books, and all types of fly. Bleep.
Did you just bleep yourself?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I'm turning over a new leaf.
Nigga.
I'm gonna be a good boy. No more swearing.
Child-friendly podcast.
Yes. We're gonna talk about the PG version.
This lady at my store the other day said she looked like Rosa Parks when she put her glasses on. You remember that Rosa Parks joke that you made? Anyway.
Back of the bus, Rosa. Never mind. I was about to tell a story, but I immediately pushed back on what I was going to say.
Yeah,
you tried to lure me into it, you dirty, dirty person.
Yeah, no, go ahead and say what you wanted to say, dirty
Nope,
person.
I'm not going to do that. No.
You gotta.
No.
All right. This whole podcast, I'm going to be trying to
No, I'm going to be a good
get
girl.
you to slip. It's okay.
No, I'm not actually. Fuck this shit. What up, niggas?
Oh, hey.
Real
last
quick.
60
Real
seconds.
quick.
Pause.
Hey, guys.
I gotta do it every episode.
That was the
I gotta
funniest
do it every
shit.
episode.
Bro, I sent that to Boudreaux the other day, and he was like, "Is that Matt going on pods?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Drop it for us too." I said, "Yeah, bro. Every episode."
Every
Hard,
episode.
bro. Hard body.
That
like
was awesome. That was so
Every
funny.
episode.
Said I'm hard body.
God damn.
No, I'm a little.
So
I'm
what's
a
up,
good
y'all?
little boy.
Let's talk about our weekends.
I
Weir's
seen
not
The
here.
Accountant 2. It was great. I loved it. The Accountant 1 is amazing. Really good movie about autism. That's all it's about. I'm not going to give any
Put
back-
him on RFK's registry.
Hey, look, after watching The Accountant 2,
Actually,
Do
just
it.
put him in the same room with RFK.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
he ain't going to live after watching the second one.
Ben Affleck was just on. Why can't I think of his name?
Theo Von.
Conan.
Yep.
Oh,
Theo
you was
Von-
on Theo Von. Yeah.
Theo Von's podcast. I listened to it 2 days ago.
Did he talk about The Accountant 2?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'll have to watch that.
Did he talk about RFK?
No.
Did he talk about autism?
No.
Bro, the way he acts autistic in that movie,
Yeah.
Oh, so he actually is autistic.
He actually
Okay,
he plays
gotcha.
an autistic
Okay.
Mercenary.
He's a mercenary. He's an assassin
Mhm.
who is autistic,
and an accountant.
and in his normal life, in his 9 to 5,
You're good.
in his 9 to 5, he's an accountant.
Yeah.
So that the first movie is about, and then in the first movie, he does this thing. He finds his long lost brother who is involved, who's also a mercenary, and they were fighting in the first movie. It's been so long.
No, so in the first one,
They were beefing, right?
His name, they weren't beefing. They didn't even know that they were going against each other. Because he got hired by a robotics company to find out why a bunch of money was missing. And so he went through all of their
All
tax
their stuff,
reports
yeah.
within 15 years. And mind you, him being autistic is probably one of the greatest things ever, because one of the best things about autistic people is they have no filter. So like he was talking to the two owners, and the lady who hired him was like, "Yeah, I just want you to look through. Like we had some money missing." And then the guy was off put about it. He's like, "You know what? I don't even know why you're here." And so he looks at the guy and goes, "How long have you been here?" And the guy's like, 15 years. Who cares? He goes, "Let me get all 15 years since you started." So the dude took strong offense, and like he went through all 15 years in one night, which was insane. But him being autistic, like they came in, the original owner of the company ended up getting murked by his brother, which he did not know it was his brother that murked him, because his brother worked for the company that was stealing the money. And so, his brother had to do the cleanup job. So bro got murked, and so they were like, "You know what? We don't even need you anymore." So they erased all his work and shit like that. But because he's autistic, he didn't get to finish his puzzle. So he started, having a little bit of a breakdown. So that didn't end well. But anyway, he went on a killing spree. My man's, bro, there's a scene in the first movie where he's fighting this guy in a bathroom, and he uppercuts him. And then when he goes up, he grabs his head and then slams it through a sink.
Oh my god.
So good.
Jesus Christ.
But in the second one, so his brother is played by John Bernthal. And so their mom abandoned them because he was autistic. So the dad, who is in the military, decided I'm going to raise them how I see fit. So he trained them how to fight. And so instead of learning about autism and leaning into it and being this is what we should do, he was like, what makes him tick? Loud noises and flashing lights. So he subjected him to loud noises and flashing lights his entire life. So he was like, instead of you getting affected by it, you're just going to overcome it. So like it shows him in the movie, like he comes home from work every day and he puts on a strobe light and listens to heavy metal. And then he just sits there and he rubs a piece of wood against his leg. At one point, he breaks it against his leg because he was freaking out.
Oh.
But yeah, so he was raised by his dad in the military and shit like that. Crazy stuff. So good. But yeah, so he ends up meeting his brother at the end. But then his brother also doesn't know shit about autism. So the second movie is about his brother kind of like their relationship because they go on like a road trip to stop these Mexican cartel people.
Nice.
They end up teaming up together. It's fucking great. But Braxton, the brother, he doesn't understand what it's like to be autistic. Because he's like, bro, I just want you to tell me you love me. Like, I just want you to say you miss me. Like, at the end of the first movie, he's like, they fight each other real quick. And they're like, it was not out of, when they fought in the end of the first one, it wasn't because of the job. It was because he was mad that he hadn't talked to him. Braxton was mad at Christian, Ben Affleck's character, because he hadn't talked to him. He just disappeared. Because Christian got arrested for murdering some people, and then he broke out of prison.
Who plays Christian?
Christian is played by Ben Affleck. Braxton is played by John Bernthal.
Okay. So
John Bernthal ends up letting him kill the guy.
So he's in the first one. John Bernthal's in the first one. Okay, got you.
He's fucking, but he's so unhinged. Just take the Punisher and then make him like not serious,
Not with a vest.
no vest, but also like there's a scene when you see him in the second movie for the first time. He's at a German 5-star hotel, and he's in a mirror in his underwear, fucking like psyching himself up to talk to this woman. And he's like, "Hey, Marie," and he's like practicing, and then all of a sudden he's like, "No, fuck that, fuck you, Marie, fuck you, fuck you." And then like he's going back and forth in his bedroom. He's just in his underwear and he's losing it. He's
you,
crashing
Marie.
out, and like you're the whole time you're like, "Damn, this must be like his girl or his ex or some shit." It is a woman he's adopting a dog from.
Oh my God.
And he's trying to get the dog 2 weeks early. So he's trying to psych himself up for that. So he calls her. He finally gets the thing to call. He calls her. He's like, yeah. He's like, I just don't understand like why the dog should be with you for another 2 weeks to like bond with the mother when the dog's going to be with me for life. So like, don't you think that 2 weeks of bonding should just be with me and not the mother? Like, I hear what you're saying. And he like,
So is it kind of like a comedy-ish?
bro, it is so fucking funny.
It sounds like the second one because the first one wasn't that much comedy.
The second one is so fucking funny because it's just those two. So it's Ben Affleck's character, can't make eye contact with nobody, just looks away. Like the first time he sees Braxton again after 8 years, the woman that they're working for is like, just tell him like thank you and that you're happy that he's here. And he's like, okay, whatever. So he walks up to him and Braxton's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I haven't heard from you in 8 years. He's like, yeah, my bad. And he's like, he sits there and like, he feels bad. He's like, you know, Christian, you look good. He goes, yeah, I think so too. And he's like, my God. And then he sat there, he see what he did. He understood what he did. And he was like, thank you for coming. And then he was like, did she tell you to say that? And he was like, yeah. I was like, my God, what the fuck are we doing here? But it's so good. It's so good. Because I think it, like, for someone who's been around autistic people and ones that are, you know, different spectrum levels, like I've been around ones that don't understand social cues where it's like, don't say that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So watching him and those two kind of try to deal with it, because neither one of them actually learned about autism at all. So watching them both deal with it is
I kind of like
so funny.
that it's not a, like they could go very Friday night special, like autism people. They're not like everyone type of energy.
Yeah.
But so I kind of like, because I've seen the first one. Granted, the first movie came out like almost 10 years ago at this point.
I think
really?
8, because I think they do
and
it right.
and I was on a date, so I was cuddled up. So I was just really paying attention to the action scenes. So and I don't remember it being like it had funny moments, but I remember it being like a fucking buddy comedy.
The first one was nothing like that.
But again, it was the way they show it could go very much a lesson learning type of situation, but they don't.
No,
it's just part of his character.
Yeah,
I think this one, I think they more so just kind of show you what it's like to be with someone who has autism.
Like related to someone who has it.
And just like, or not even related, but like you hang out with them because they go to the bar, and like one part of it is like when you see him for the first time, Christian, he's at a dating, like a speed dating thing. And it was these people who put it together, and they have like an algorithm set up for the speed dating. And so he learned their algorithm, and then he set up his profile to be optimum choice. So everyone was lined up to talk to him. And like when they were talking, he was like, yeah, everything's kind of pointless. Like his autism kicked in. But like in his profile, he wasn't autistic. He just knew how to present himself in a profile. So he was like, yeah, I smiled. I took pictures in areas I thought were best suited for people who want to see that. Like they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And like he was the only one who didn't get a date. But he was the most desirable at first. But then when people finally sat down and talked with him, like one lady was like, you know, do you believe in soulmates and love at first sight? And he goes, oh, that's childish. He was like, no. He was like, that's just an endorphin in your brain that sets off when you see somebody. He's like, it can happen with anything. It was like, it's not real. And I was like, jeez. And then she was like, all right, fuck me then. So it was funny, but then he's trying to learn how to, because he wants to date. He wants to be with a girl. So he sees a girl at a bar, and his autism kicks in, and he learns to dance, and he starts dancing with her. But then some guy was like, yo, bro, you can't be dancing with my girl. And then he was like, oh, bet, we get to fight. He was like, my brother's going to love this. He loves fighting. And then, yeah, it was fucking hilarious. So it's a great movie. Oh, my God. Love that movie. Fucking hilarious.
Out of 10.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
8 out of 10.
Good
It was
shit.
very entertaining the entire time. There was no moment where I was like, this is kind of boring. Everything was like, Because those two were together majority of the movie, and those two together, I didn't know I needed that in my life. There could have been zero action in that entire movie, and I would have been perfectly fine.
That there's so many, like watching a lot of newer movies with actors that have old roles playing new roles that isn't a genre that they never played before, and seeing them try that, like Robert Downey Jr. or Ryan Gosling, John Bernthal. Like now there's so many movies that I need to see where I'm like, I need to see these two people. I need to see these people just to see them act. Like I don't care what genre it is, what it is. I just need to see them together.
I'm really curious what John Bernthal is like as a person.
He has his own podcast.
Yeah, he has his own I've been watching a lot of things. He seems like your run-of-the-mill, like, bros dude that has, like, I think, a good sense of masculinity. That's the best way that I would put it myself.
He seems very well put together, very respectful.
From what I've seen, of course.
Yeah, like, I'm just curious what he's like, because, like, he plays such fucking dickhead
I will say,
characters.
it seems
and
like
I can't think of a character he played that wasn't a dick.
It seems like the characters he plays is just himself, but as a dick.
But I think it's just because he has a dickhead face.
Oh yeah,
Like,
He does.
He has
he
like,
looks like an asshole.
He
That's why
has
when
such a scowling face that he's easy to put in that role.
Oh yeah.
Speaking
perfect
of
for that.
him fucking playing the Punisher, I was watching Daredevil, right?
Right. The OG one?
Yes.
Season 2 is so good to me.
Yeah.
I love season.
I think
Me
season
too.
2 was the best season.
I agree with
Season
you.
2, I'm
Yeah.
in season 2
I
right
love
now.
Electra.
I didn't get there yet. I paused where I'm at with it.
Hello,
Okay, so-
Matthew.
He is such a fucking asshole. And then the idea of, I said this shit before, bro, but I keep fucking laughing about it, especially when the Punisher came in, because I'm like, bro, the idea of regular niggas wearing costumes and standing on rooftops is so fucking. Imagine if you were walking down the street and you just looked up and there was a nigga standing on a rooftop in a costume and just like,
New York.
bro, New York of all places.
But also,
That happens in New York.
but also, it's New York.
And
Be on the
and
subway,
then-
see somebody in full costume.
Niggas are having sex on the subway. You know what I'm saying? Rats kind of walk right past you on the way into a restaurant.
This is true.
There's a little crackheads singing "Oh Holy Night" on the street.
Okay,
So,
okay,
seeing a
I
nigga
get it. But
a vigilante on a street on
a
the
vigilante
it's going to be
walking, bro. The
Like, it
White
would be
Tiger
fucking
was
hilarious.
walking
That's what
down
I'm
the
saying. I was
street
about to say. White Tiger's just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
What up,
he
man?
was walking by. Yep.
and then got his shit
Where's some
popped.
crime? Where's some crime?
Can we
around?
Bro.
I
And then-
know it was sad. It was sad, but it was
And
just
then
like
fucking,
it was like oh,
but when those two encountered each other, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, you talking about the dialogue scene? Like,
no,
what's
when,
the hero?
When
Have
they
you
were
seen that
no,
yet?
when they were no, not yet. But when they were fighting,
That's
like
such a good scene.
like this nigga's just on the fucking rooftop about to snipe somebody, and then gets kneed in the face by a blind nigga. They're like, bro.
Okay, can we? So let's talk about that real quick. Yes, he's blind,
But he can see.
but he's not blind. It looks like, for those who don't know, who haven't seen Daredevil, the original Daredevil kind of sees in infrared. So it's thermal. He sees heartbeats, echolocations, and stuff like that. He sees, but doesn't see like a regular person.
He said it. He sees a world on fire.
Yeah. It's just, he's so dramatic.
He's dramatic.
Yeah.
He sees the thermal energy.
You know what I noticed?
He has so much Catholic guilt. It's
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Crazy.
But you know what?
Y'all
Like,
don't even
nigga,
understand.
how you Catholic?
It
You ain't never
stopping
seen
you from kicking
Jesus.
bitches down on the regs.
Gotta see him.
Nigga ain't read the Bible. Nigga ain't like, what you?
Well, I mean, he had to go to church and all that, and he wasn't blind his whole life.
Yeah.
His dad made him go to church when
Also,
he was a kid.
he's kind of a slut.
Oh, he is a
that
big
doesn't mean
slut.
anything.
I know. I
He's
love
just
it.
like bringing it up.
Season 1, Slutty Matt is
Oh man, he's always been a slut.
so hot.
He's still a slut.
It's so hot. It is so just like him going from Claire to the bitch who sold him the law office to the little
Karen.
for Karen. Then season 2, Electra. Like,
As a loyal man that loves love, I hated it. Every time he would start talking to somebody else, I'm like, Matt, no! What are you
The same
doing?
name as you too.
Exactly.
You're
I was like,
ruining
no,
that.
I mean,
this is what Matt's do.
they did set a tone though. Like when Foggy said like he never stays with anyone longer than a couple
Oh
months.
yeah.
But regardless, the idea of that is just so insane to me. It's so hilarious. And then like I think I said this shit when we were talking about it before. You really got to treat like this shit like religion, bro. You can't think too deeply about it because
No,
it's like it's
bro,
some
comic book
nonsense
writers say
going
that all
on.
the time, bro. I forget which one it was. But people were complaining about like the physics in a Superman comic, and they're like, he was like, bro, he can fly. Like, why are you so hung up about this when he can do this, and this?
Yeah.
like you're hung up on this. Like, none of
thing
this
that-
is real.
The thing that I get caught up on, the thing that trips me out about it is that there are no other heroes responding to these situations.
That's
That's
what
the
bothers
one-
me.
That's where
that,
the
like,
problem.
This nigga Kingpin was a dickhead. Like he is like where are the other fucking heroes?
That's
Where
not-
are the ones with
See,
powers?
that's kind of my problem with this.
Defenders.
That's literally my problem with the season finale of Daredevil.
Yeah.
I
Again,
get
yeah.
they were the director or the showrunner has said
Yeah.
something about it. He's like, hey, this is Matt's story, and we just wanted to see Matt stand up. Even if you just had the silhouette of Punisher,
Anyone.
Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Just like he's talking to the police and the people at the bar, and then the others are just their silhouettes. You just see a big black and they go, oh, that's Luke Cage. We would have freaked out just from the silhouette.
Yeah.
Like that scene from what's this dumb show? Do you really want to take
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Like the end of Peacemaker.
Yeah, right.
How they showed, like they did show the Flash and everything, but the Justice League does show up and it's just
Yeah.
their silhouettes.
Yeah.
Just that to show.
No, I
Would do
agree. Because,
something
like,
to
don't
insert it.
just don't because I think
Spider-Man
I
2.
think Marvel.
But like, I don't want Spider-Man kind of interacting with them. I
Yeah.
kind of like him doing
I
his
do.
own.
Well, that it's like
That's
what
another
we said with
conversation,
that one episode where I think most heroes are best when they're with another person, another hero. But like, what you were saying, like with the heroes popping up, just don't make the threat that large scale. If you're gonna
Yeah,
keep it
that's
street
so
level, then
true.
keep it
So
lower.
the thing is, like, you can do that, but also explain why no one shows up at the same time. Because again,
you can.
there's, as a person who was reading at the same time as watching, and there was a similar situation that happened in the run that I was reading, where Mayor Fisk, was it Mayor Fisk? Yeah, it was Thunderbolt's team. I forget what happened, but either way, the city got. Oh no, it wasn't Mayor Fisk. It was the Stormies. The Storms. They're rich people.
Stormies.
They're rich people, billionaires, but they ended up shutting down that area of the city to where cell phone service never worked, televisions didn't work, like nobody could see the news, nobody knew that what was going on. So like there were riots happening. They hired mercenaries to go down there and just destroy Hell's Kitchen, but no one knew about it because they wouldn't allow cell phone service, nothing to leave the area.
That happened
So the only
in
people who
Jessica
knew about
Jones,
it
too.
was Daredevil, and so he was the only one fighting. And then Kingpin found out because the Stormies told him because he was working for them technically, and then someone from the Bugle they were like, yo, we haven't heard from Hell's Kitchen in a minute. And dude was like, yeah, I can't get through to anyone over there. Like ambulance people can't, like when you call the 911 in Hell's Kitchen, nothing works. And then he was like, well, that seems suspicious. So one of them went down to find out. And then when they got there, like, it's a war zone. People are dying left and right. Bullseye is killing so many people.
Bullseye.
And Bullseye. So it's like, you can do it, but explain it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
why
like-
did no one
Like, bro,
respond to a blackout?
he did a blackout in New York City. Like, New York City is one of the most if not the most populated city in the whole fucking
It is
country.
the most superhero
So
populated.
then
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
the biggest thing.
That's
so-
another thing. It is
so,
the
like,
most superhero.
So that's the thing, is right. So then it's like, why are the niggas with powers not responding to this situation? And then why, like, even you take the FBI, the actual government, like all out of place, like,
Yeah.
because my man said that he was gonna go to the governor. I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. You should probably fucking do that. Like, why wouldn't the governor know about this in the first fucking place? But like, regardless, like, even that, like, that's why I was like, okay, you just can't think too deeply about it. Like, when you're watching this, Daredevil has to be the only hero that you're aware of, I guess. Because, like, I'm like, bro, he is doing high level shit. And then even when you when you think about it, it's like when Spider-Man is there, when like in other superheroes, like higher level superheroes, the threat is usually at the same level as Kingpin just did with New York. Like, they're usually saving the city. They're not saving the world.
Yeah.
So like
What Spider-Man did with Vulture and
Yeah,
Homecoming was very, 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 very minimal.
yeah, like, so like you're fighting someone who's attacking the city usually. Like, when Batman was fighting where he had to deal with the Riddler in Robert Pattinson's Batman, it was Gotham that was at he responded for Gotham. So it's like, it would be reasonable to expect other heroes to respond in this situation. So it's just like, I guess you literally can't think too deeply about it. But at the same time, I also noticed when I was watching Daredevil, which is like for you probably more theater thing, I think there is a different type of acting that you do for TV shows versus movies.
Yes, it is.
Like,
Yeah.
because I noticed, like, and especially in this genre, because like I never noticed it as much even watching Marvel movies, but like they're so theatrical in what they do.
Yeah.
Like the way like Matt fucking jump off a wall, kick somebody, fucking doing the Mortal Kombat poses.
Well,
and
you'll,
shit.
you get to Defenders. When you get to the Defenders crossover, Jessica Jones holds him the entire show.
Yeah. She's great. At least
you
watch
and the
season
scarf.
1.
Yeah.
At least watch season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Okay.
That's the best piece of Marvel
It is.
ever.
Okay.
I would say Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are the best of Marvel as the umbrella since they've started making this conglomerate, and they're better than movies. They're better. They are the better TV shows.
Oh.
Like I'm sorry, they're better. They are better than the Avengers movies.
Why does she hoe him?
Because she
Oh,
is an
she
asshole.
thinks he's stupid.
Yeah,
He's
the
the
little
only
shit.
nigga with a costume.
Yeah. She knows him the whole
Like,
time about
literally,
it.
they're dealing with a ground threat, and yeah, it's the hand, and the hand is mystical or whatever,
Zombies.
but they don't. Luke Cage never suits up. Luke Cage's superhero costume is a hoodie with yellow lining.
Okay.
Iron Fist's costume is a green
White
shirt
privilege.
with his titties out, showing the costume, and
He does have a mask on. Not in the show.
but like in
I
the.
was just-
But in the
We
TV
didn't
show,
get
that's
the
what I'm saying.
mask.
In the TV show, his superhero costume is a green shirt or a green jacket, and every time he finds a way to get his shirt ripped off
He
to
has a
show
sweet tattoo.
to show his tattoo on his chest. Who was it? Jessica Jones. Like, who else am I missing? Jessica Jones.
that's the four of them.
That's what. Daredevil is the only nigga that comes out in a red suit.
Yeah.
And she's
fun of
like-
him for it.
She was like, nice pointy things on your head.
Yeah.
They're horns.
I think she called them like cat ears or
Yeah,
something.
yes, like cat ears. He said they're horns. Or like he took it when they first experienced the hand as a group. He takes Jessica Jones's scarf and wraps it around his face so he's not seen. Like, meanwhile, the other three just don't care about their identities being exposed.
Yeah, that's
Luke Cage
bro,
never has.
bro. Speaking of which, bro,
They just don't care.
this nigga Matt, bro, where does he get these walking sticks from? That nigga throws them bitches immediately. As soon as he's like, fucking
I
climbs
think
up a wall.
in the fucking Ben Affleck movie, he had like a whole thing of them.
Bro, I'm like
collection of it,
you
yeah.
never see him grab one, but you always see him throw that bitch away.
He probably gets
Like,
it back eventually.
That
He knows
nigga
where-
like that nigga be tapping that bitch and then
He
then
knows where it's
climbs
at.
up a fucking wall, jumps off either side of the wall. Bro, that character is very
Love him.
intriguing. But
Again, read it though.
the Punisher is
He's fantastic.
fucking hilarious. Nigga walked into a hospital with a shotgun. And was just
Getting to
letting
work.
that bitch go.
Just getting to work.
That shit was, bro. It's very funny. So I'm watching that shit. And then one last thing, I was gonna text this in the group chat. I kept forgetting. What's that guy's name that we watch on YouTube that does the pitch meetings?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but pitch meetings.
The
yeah.
pitch meetings guy.
So good. I love his pitch meetings.
The pitch meetings guy should do an episode where he breaks down how easy it was to turn fucking Vanessa evil. That bitch didn't take no pushing. She was like, bro.
Hardly an inconvenience.
She was like, yes, literally.
Barely an
Yeah, actually,
inconvenience.
it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience,
He
bro.
might have an episode
Bro,
of that.
she said when she first met him, and then that Russian nigga came in and he was like, "Sir, I want to kiss your feet," and then she was like, "Well, I thought you were a good guy, but now I don't know." And then now she's just like, "Well, this is what I signed up for, so it is what it is." Like by the end, I'm
she
like,
was looking
no,
for it.
nothing happened to push her over the edge. She was just like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, she's like, all right.
Like,
I mean, she probably seen that money and was like, hey,
she knew he had money. And
Yeah,
she worked
and
at
she
an
had
art
money.
gallery.
Yeah, she
yeah,
got
but
money.
I mean, was she really selling shit? Was she
It's
really
the
pushing
power.
that P
It's
though?
the power. She knew he had power, and
Yeah.
as we're seeing in Born Again, she
She likes
kind
that
of
shit.
wants it. Like, all right, I see.
Yeah,
I see that.
She's a
Pat.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she
like,
gotta die.
And then, I don't like Kingpin at all. I don't like, and you know what's super weird? The actor that plays Kingpin, I don't like him as Kingpin, but he's perfect for Kingpin. Like the drawings of Kingpin, he looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, he's such a fucking baby. He looks like a giant baby.
That's what Kingpin
Well,
looks
no,
like.
that's it. Every interpretation I see of at least personal of King, yeah, of Kingpin, he's just a baby. Like
Yeah.
even in the
Except for
Spider-Verse,
he's
yeah.
a giant
No,
fucking
he's a
fridge.
fucking,
He's
a
baby.
fucking,
Yeah.
he's as big as that wall.
That man, they show that man is like Jesus Christ.
Now, before we get into the topics, I did want to say, like, weekend, I saw Sinners, and holy shit,
I have something to say, but carry on.
did you see it?
No,
Okay,
it's about my weekend. But
okay.
carry
All
on.
right. Sinners, it delivers. It's worth all the hype.
Can't wait to see it.
Every single thing everybody's saying about it is very, very, very valid. It is like, it's a horror movie. It's got some scary-ish parts, but it's more just like a cool, badass movie. But holy shit, that production, the cinematography,
See
it gives me like almost
You haven't
like
seen it either?
Edgar Wright, Quentin Tarantino vibes. Where
Yeah, someone
there's
told me it's if you ever seen what's the name of that vampire movie Quentin Tarantino did? From Dusk Till Dawn.
okay,
Whereas half the movie is just like you go through the lives
yeah,
of the world. Then vampires.
yeah, without spoiling way too much.
And the music too.
The music is a
Very
central point.
Tarantino.
Like the climax of the movie, to me at least, not the climax, that the actual climax of the movie was the music scene where the guy starts playing the music, and the prelude to like the whole movie is like it's talking about like lore of like religion and evil spirits, saying like to awaken evil spirits, music's got to be played with so much soul that it can be felt and it comes alive. And as this guy's playing music, oh my god, this scene was one of the best scenes in a movie I've ever seen very recent. Like he's playing the music, and then a narrator starts narrating, saying the music came alive, that generations of the future and the past felt it. And it's a one-shot take of the guy playing the song at this juke bar while everybody's dancing, and then a person comes up with a electric guitar and like rock star glasses and starts playing rock music with the guy. And then there's like a rapper with like a bandana that pulls up and he's just like rapping, and you hear normal bebop music on the song while this guy's playing like a blues song. And then there's like somebody twerking, and then there's like an Arabian person like dancing, like body dance, and then you hear like it's just like a culmination. And then it shows like the building like getting on fire and setting it on fire, like it's so dramatic, and it's all in one shot. And then as it's like panning away, the vampire that was like teased a little bit earlier walks up, and it's an Irish guy, and he has a banjo, and he's like, all right, I'm trying to party. And it's like, oh, it's so fucking good. And it like Antonio was saying, like it's not played off as a vampire movie whatsoever until just happens to be vampires. Like it just happens to have that. Like, and then even after the vampire stuff, the movie still goes on in what it was
In that
pushing
world.
in the beginning. And how I feel about Barbie is how I feel about this movie, where Barbie, 10 out of 10, I fucking love it. I can appreciate absolutely everything about it, and I think I got everything I needed from it. But man, if I was a girl, it'd probably like elevate like my feeling towards this. Same with Sinners. If I was black, it would probably elevate it so much. Like it is a movie specifically like made about not the black struggle, but what it was like having to go through life of starting, like creating the stuff, like blues music, creating the country, creating business, and being taken advantage of and not being appreciated, like being hated as the person, but being beloved by the thing you're making. Like the whole plot of the movie starts off with the two twins, Michael B. Jordan. He plays himself as both roles, and they're twins. They buy a barn, and the guy's like, the guy that they buy it from is part of the KKK. They at the time they don't know it. Spoilers. But they say, all right, after we buy this shit, if we see you here or any of those people again, we will fucking kill you like right on the spot. And then it's kind of like pushed off, and it comes back later near the end of the movie. So it'll probably look, elevated if coming from that kind of experience. But the action in it, the acting, holy fuck, dude, that acting, that's my favorite Michael B. Jordan performance, because he plays two characters that are twins, completely different personalities, that play off each other. Haley Steinfeld, holy fuck.
This black accent,
oh my God.
I see it in the clip.
That is not Haley Steinfeld.
It's
like,
sending me. It is
wow.
sending me her in this accent.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It's fucking great. And she like kind of plays off that, like, because her character in the movie is technically mixed. Her dad is black and her mom is white, and she's trying to like just rekindle with Michael B. Jordan's character. And at this jukebox place that they made, it was of course supposed to be just for blacks. And when she comes up to try to get in, they're like, "Are you at the right place? Are you sure you're supposed to be here?" And she's like, the way she talks, like Antonio was saying, like they're like, okay, yeah, she's legit. She knows, and she even says it like, take it how you will. But if she even says in the movie, she's like, I didn't choose to be white, like I wish like stuff would be different, stuff like that. And it's really fucking cool to see. Again, like I was saying, actors completely take a whole different personality, be somebody else, and nail that shit. But again, the action, holy fuck, the situations and the comedy, like it's hilarious at points where like, because the vampires can't come in unless they're supposed to be invited in. They're true to that. And there was a part where the door gets slammed. There's this dude named Slim. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's a famous actor. I don't know what role he else is in. I just recognize him very fondly. And there is a part where the main character, not Michael B. Jordan's character, but the main character you see in the beginning who plays the music, he goes to check on Michael B. Jordan's character in the room while the music's going on and stuff. And he's like, hey, like your brother needs you. He sees that he's fucking with Haley Steinfeld, and this is all one shot. Or he goes to the Slim character and is like, Slim, where's Stack? And he's like, oh, he's probably in the room, you know, getting his thing on. And then he's like, all right. And then he goes to the room, opens the door, and then he like sees that they're fucking, closes the door, and he's like, you didn't tell me that. And he's like, oh, I guess you should have known. And then as he goes back to Michael B. Jordan's other twin, says, yeah, he's getting it on. He's like, I don't give a fuck he's getting on. Let's get him in here. Goes in the room. Then Haley Steinfeld is killing him this time. Still one shot. Closes the door. And Slim's like, oh, it's getting a little bit more crazy than I thought. And it's like, oh, what the, like, this is a big moment. Like, and it's just like kind of funny. And it's a fucking phenomenal move. But when I said the Edgar Wright, where comparing to that, earlier in the movie, like, the beats when like they would flick a candle, the music that was going on would go like it would be match up with what's going on. And there was a scene where Slim's character was talking about what happened to his old friend who used to make music, and as he's telling the story, he's like saying, yeah, he played at this all-white fancy party. He played a song that was so moving, it moved everybody so much that they all couldn't help but dance and sing. And as he's telling the story, you hear like the music a little bit in the back, and they're in a car driving right now, and you just hear a little bit in the back. You hear people stomping their feet, getting rowdy. And then he's saying, but then as he left with all the money that he got, somebody stopped him outside and was like, how'd you get all this cash from all this? And then they killed him. They lynched him right then and there. And as this is going on, then you hear like a noise, and then just like as he's telling the story, it's like, shit, the production.
Yeah, this
and,
sounds
like,
crazy.
It goes in depth. It is a phenomenal
I'm
movie.
gonna go see this.
10 out of 10.
I'm gonna go see
10
this
out
week.
of fucking
Yeah, that
10.
sounds crazy. I need to see that.
Yes, I need to see it again. But yeah, our topics today.
Well, Antonio, did you want you?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, your
So I was
weekend.
supposed to see Sinners last night, but I have gay friends who all they want to do is dance.
Be gay.
And be gay.
Dance, man. You
So
gotta
we
dance
ended up
to
going to Beyonce Day at this club called Big Pink in Detroit. The venue was really nice. They had a mechanical bull, but it was Beyonce Day. It was a black female DJ. She got people on stage. It was a fun night. Just listen to.
I've actually shot a music video there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
wow.
It's
Yeah,
got
it-
like the arcade room.
Yeah. It was really nice. Very nice venue. It's an old warehouse, I guess. It was very nice. But yeah, it was Beyonce Day. So I was supposed to go see Sinners and just because a bitch be tired from work and it ended up popping my pussy all night.
No.
How does that happen?
If you go see Sinners, you'll still be popping your pussy because
Oh, the
man,
music.
dude, I'd say half the of the movie, I'm sitting there like tapping my feet, like
Oh, really?
it's like it is a music centered movie.
Okay.
It
that's
is
good.
very
Shit.
fucking.
It's something about when I go to the clubs though. Like, no, if the music is right, I know you don't like clubs, and I don't know you're a producer.
I used to be really into clubs. Now I'm over it.
I don't like clubs either. Yes.
Okay, damn, but like it's something about
You know, I like what's super weird. I like making club music, but I don't,
You don't like
being
being
in
in
the club.
It's so weird because
Gotta be
I
a certain
have
kind.
mad social anxiety in clubs. No matter the space, if it's straight club, gay clubs, it's the people. I get mad social anxiety when I'm in clubs, even though I go. But like, it's something about music that if the music is right, I can be sober. I'm out there dancing.
Yep.
And just Beyonce's music. It's nice. Everybody being on the same page, music wise too, hearing everybody singing the same
Yeah.
songs, no awkwardness.
Yeah.
No, this happened also when I went to the Kylie concert. There was a Kylie after party, and they just played Kylie music all night long. And it's just something about camaraderie and community in music. Sometimes it was very inspiring for me, and like even for me yesterday after working all day, all night, tired as hell, didn't feel like going out. I just wanted to go see a movie, but let them talk me into doing this. And it felt good, and it just got me in the spirit of dancing and just feeling the music and everything. It was out till fucking 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was just like I just wanted to share that because it was just like it's something about it. Again, as a person who has autism and don't really like spaces like that, but just how music can just like change your mindset.
100%.
It was very dope. And again, this is the second time that's happened to me. And it was like a little inspiring, a little.
Oh, yeah.
Made you feel a little bit good.
There was a night that I went out on Halloween with
Mhm.
this girl that I was talking to at the time, and we did shrooms before we went out. And I was the
Shrooms.
same thing where I was like, being on shrooms in social settings kind of freaked
Was
me out.
like, hell no.
Yeah, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. So we were kind of bar hopping, and every time we went to another bar, I would just kind of chill, drink, just be in my own head. Then we went to this one club. Right when we walk in, it's like techno music. It's like boom, boom, boom. Right when I walked in, I felt like I was like a main character. Like I just locked in, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I just started
It's
like,
so true though.
I was
It's
just
so
like-
true
I
though.
just-
That
dude.
was me yesterday. Flawless by Nicki Minaj and Beyonce came on, and Nicki's rap is very good in that. And Nicki, is my favorite rapper. So knowing the lyrics to that song in particular, and just like, again, so it's funny when you have a diverse friend group, because when
Yeah.
you go to predominantly black spaces, you kind of get pulled away from them sometimes. So we're at this, and it was a diverse venue, but it's Beyonce night. It's gonna be mostly black people, mostly black women, and this always happens. And so it's funny. Flawless came on. I'm lip syncing, or not even lip syncing. I'm saying the lyrics, and two black girls, and we just get into it, and we just start dancing together, and it was just like amazing. And then Louise was like, "Are you bisexual?" I was like, "No, I just love black women, and I just love being in this energy right now. It's just something about this energy. It's just like, it was so dope." And just lip syncing, I was like, "Pussy served delicious." It was so. That's the lyric to the song.
Yes, no, I see.
But
music changes.
it
yeah.
was just, it does. It's just, and it's nice, like, going to these two venues, like the Kylie concert, the Kylie after party, and this Beyonce after party. It's like, when you love your divas or your favorite artists, it just makes you feel good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I've never been to a
I
Yes, sir.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that's all. I just
Of
want to share
course.
that, just how much
can
I
appreciate
love
that.
music and how it makes me feel sometimes, especially because if you guys know, I've been in the best headspace. So it was just nice just feeling that.
Of course.
feel it.
No, it's
Well,
good to see you
musically,
happy.
I did a song and Max got on it.
Ooh.
Mm.
Very
You can share
nice.
With anybody. That's
I'll
great.
show you
Right.
guys. I'll show you guys when I get off.
Oh,
Okay.
you just wanted your trans friend? You didn't want your gay friend to be on? That's fine.
You don't rap. What the fuck?
I write.
Anyway,
Don't share it.
So let's
Anyway,
get in our.
Bitch, I
let's
can
get on,
sing. you
let's
dirty
get on our shit.
Yes,
Y'all want
sir.
to do Mount Rushmore?
I got my
Yeah.
list.
Or would you rather first?
I don't have much for would you rather, I'll be honest.
I got my would you rather's are fucking peak.
Okay, let's do would you rather.
yeah, let's
first.
let's start those.
Nick,
'Cause I got my
I'll go
Mount
mine
Rushmore.
first.
Nick, do yours first.
All right, for the first would you rather, I ask this one all the time, but I've never asked it on the pod. But it's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, no.
Because for me, it makes sense. Persia probably knows. Would you rather get tickled to death or beat to death?
Those are the options.
Yes, those are the options.
I hate being tickled, so I'd rather be beat to death.
Exactly. It's a terrible time. Everyone's like, "Oh, tickle doesn't sound bad." How long is it going to take? First of all, how long is it going to take? First of all,
It takes about 5 seconds of being tickled for me to start kicking the person.
exactly.
Swinging.
Right. And then you can't control your bodily functions. What if you start shitting
That's
or
what I'm saying.
pissing?
I'm gonna fart.
Exactly. And then like you're trying to get upset, but you can't because you're getting tickled. So now you're laughing, but you're also upset mentally, but you can't admit that emotion because you're too busy getting tickled. But now it's to death.
Okay, so listen.
I'll just fart.
So here's a little insight on this.
Oh, no.
Because I asked ChatGPT, is it possible to get tickled to death? It says yes, but not in the usual cartoonish sense we imagine. You would die. The danger comes from what prolonged intense tickling can do to the body. So you could die from asphyxiation. So you would it would make it laughing so uncontrollably would make it hard to breathe. You could die from heart failure, from the stress, the panic, stress, and overstimulation caused by forced tickling, or a stroke or aneurysm.
Yeah. So would you rather get tickled to death or beat to death, Matt?
Tickled.
That's crazy.
See, I think of blunt force trauma. Like I get hit in the head and I'm bleed. Like what? Like
I
don't
feel
like
you,
that.
but eventually you're gonna get knocked out way quicker than the tickling.
Yeah. No.
And you're just gonna go numb. Like eventually, getting hit enough, you go numb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
None
but
of the
even
above.
getting
No, you have to pick
even
one of
getting
the two.
tickled, like I'll just go numb to it. Like I feel like you could tickle me to the point where I would stop being tickled. Like that's how I
They're
feel.
gonna
Getting
find spots on
tickled,
you.
where I getting
They got the feathers out.
No, it's got to be tickled to death.
Yeah.
You gotta die.
They get none of those toes.
Antonio, what's yours?
Antonio?
I guess tickled because I don't like pain. And if I have an
Yeah.
aneurysm, I just seizure out.
exactly.
go
like
to-
I'm just
I would go tickled too. I don't.
yeah, I'm
tickled?
just getting
Yeah.
heart attack. Like
Only
Wes?
Wes would.
West
Yeah,
Only Wes would
said
get
B.
pain.
Yeah, Wes said B. I feel you
All
on
right,
that
what's
one.
your other one?
All right. This one's going to be great.
No Lord.
Would you rather convince diehard Snyder fans to move on or convince diehard DBZ fans that it's mid?
Oh, you trying to start some drama?
Yeah, so which would you rather do? As people who don't like arguing, you have to argue. And you have to argue with people who won't listen.
No,
Nah,
I'm not arguing
them-
with
But
nobody.
you have to.
Nah, them DBZ fans are fucking getting it, boy. I don't give a fuck.
They're what?
They're gonna get it.
Oh,
I'm going with the DBZ fans because I got evidence.
It don't matter. None of these people have a brain.
yeah, because like
That's
actually,
me. You know that
Snyder
sign?
Cut Snyder fans. We have Snyder fans. Not we.
I was about to say, oh shit.
I don't consider myself
We
a
got
Snyder fan.
infiltrated.
I don't consider myself. I do like his movies.
Yeah, no. That's
I don't-
diehard.
But I don't consider a Snyder boy. But there is evidence with Snyder. Like, aside from Watchmen, what's been really successful
300?
critically and financially?
see that.
300? No, that's
No,
not
Snyder.
Snyder.
That's not Snyder.
No, that's James Gunn. That's James Gunn.
Gunn.
Yeah.
But aside, okay, so 300 and because like I love Punch.
Dawn of the Dead.
Fuck,
he
he
did
did do Dawn of
He
the Dead.
directed Dawn of the Dead. James Gunn
Shit.
wrote it.
I
See-
retract my statement.
No,
then.
see, I was going.
I
in
think
the-
Zack Snyder's a good director, but you got to let that universe die. He let it die.
I was
Done.
in the same boat as Antonio, where I'm like, with DBZ, the thing is, like, thinking about the conversation that Marty was having when you guys were having that great debate was DBZ does get the views. It does have the impact. It does have the credentials. And I was thinking, like, well, Zack Snyder, it's just like, he just kind of made some iffy Superman movies and then Batman vs. Superman. But you're right. Fucking Dawn of the Dead, 300. Those are some
like he
iconic
deserves-
ass movies.
He deserves his
Sin
dick riding,
City,
I guess.
Did he do Sin City?
No, I don't.
No,
think
that's
it's okay.
that's Frank Miller.
Well, no, he wrote. Sin
he
City.
wrote
Miller.
Sin City.
I don't
So-
remember who directed it.
But yeah, he kind of deserves the dick riding a little bit. Whereas DBZ, it's so hard to as an adult who wants to go back to DBZ sometimes. It's so hard to go back to DBC and justify it. Like if you want to
Yeah.
binge DBC, you
Yeah.
can't do it. And if you can, I look down upon you a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You
Here
know
comes
how
Wax.
because do you know how I watch DBZ now? Watch DBZ Abridged from Team 4-Star.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch the abridged version when I feel nostalgia for DBZ than go watch it regularly. I'm sorry, do you watch it?
Listen, I don't watch it often.
When they when they preface by listen, you know they wrong. Go ahead.
No, I don't watch it often. I haven't watched it in quite a while.
But
I binged it to like watch it again because I hadn't watched the whole thing since I was a kid. So I did binge it all the way through, but I also, while binging it, was like, all right, come on.
yeah, like okay, if you think about like the main parts of DBZ, right?
Yeah,
That Frieza fight,
I get it. But you also,
the
but look,
Cell fight,
but look, I get everything. Look, I get
the
what you're
bad,
saying. I get what you're
the
saying.
bad storytelling.
I get what you're saying, but you're basing Zack
the
Snyder's
Boo
thing.
saga.
You're basing Zack Snyder's thing off of movies that are not part of this universe. We're convincing them to let go of. You are trying to convince them to let go of Ben Affleck as Batman. Henry Cavill is fucking Superman. You have to convince these people that universe is dead.
It didn't sell. It was it just eat that.
Yeah.
So
I
which
rather
one- So who are you convincing?
I rather convince. Honestly,
I'd rather convince Dragon Ball that was mid.
Yeah.
You're not going to.
I know, but
it's
not
an
gonna
uphill
work.
battle for
Yeah,
both.
but,
It's
like,
easier to just
exactly.
It's easier to
It's
justify.
way easier.
It's easier to
Because
justify.
when I do see like the diehard fans of Zack Snyder, not when they say, "Oh, he's the blueprint," comparing new stuff, but when they show old clips of like the fights, the scenes, I'm like,
that's
those do
such a
look
good
good.
point, Matt.
Like they do look really good.
Yeah.
I will say
You
those are
can't say
good parts.
Ben Affleck's journey in Batman v Superman is one of the best Batman journeys. I'm sorry. I'll stand on that heel.
I like that.
That fight scene,
Yeah, I was
the
about to say.
suit, him
Yeah, he's-
seeing his POV of
The city being destroyed.
the CN being destroyed, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
As a
okay?
person who's lost his parents, so it's probably hard for him to see all those orphans.
Heartbreaking. Terrible. So, but you can't tell, but you want me to just tell these weebs that it's okay to bring Frieza back again? That Black Frieza arc, which hasn't been written yet, is gonna be goated. It hasn't even came out yet.
It's not going to be goaded.
How many transformations?
Too many.
How
Trust
many?
me.
Oh,
So-
we'll just keep it with just DBZ though.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, because
Okay.
that's the peak,
Okay,
in my
yes,
opinion,
you're
of
right,
Dragon
you're
Ball.
right.
But even then,
Super is terrible.
even
You
then,
have to watch Kai to even get a good representation of Dragon Ball Z. But even then, I don't even like using Kai as an excuse, because even though they try to do better, I don't like the inconsistency.
Yeah, I
'Cause you
hear.
can tell when the animation goes from the 80s to the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like the way they draw
I hear.
the updated animation that they do, because they lost some cells or whatever, it doesn't look good. I rather,
Hey,
and they feel
Would
like
be
it's
easier. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'll
DBZ would
die on
either.
that hill.
You can't tell me Gohan watching Android 16, his dad, and all those people fall and going Super Saiyan 2 isn't peak.
I'm
You
not saying it's
can't-
not.
not saying that, but,
But
we're
you
saying
wanna
as
see-
a whole.
You want to see a
As a
better
whole.
version of that, and that's not going to take you fucking 3 years to watch? Watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
yeah, like if I were to,
They gonna
if-
make
if
fun
I'm,
of it in
I'm
there,
thinking
though.
about going. to,
No, they did a very good job of showing Gohan's transformation. He tells us, I'm gonna send the clip. Android 16 gets killed or whatever. He tells Gohan, "Grow up, nigga. You act like you the only one going through anything." And Gohan was like, "I'm a pacifist." Look, shit happens. While you hold on to pacifism, Cell's killing everybody.
See, I'm thinking about it like if I'm thinking about going to a single person, diehard Schneider fan, DBZ fan. I could see, seems like a lot more plausible for me to go up to that DBZ fan and be like, bro, DBZ as a story was really mid. And then
Yeah.
their counterpoints I can only see would be like the peak moments, but then that's it. While if I go to a Snyder fan, as somebody who didn't, like, I gotta admit, I haven't watched any of the Superman movies, so I'm only just going based off of what I know I've seen. The only things I can say is it's just too dark. It's just a little too brooding. It's, Superman's a little too scary, but like that's all I can
Even
really
then,
say.
It's like,
I mean, I
yeah.
would be, bro.
It's not
it's over.
hopeful. It's not
done.
Marvel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be able to convince him that it's done.
Yeah. What do you
You
guys?
would not
now,
be able to
We need
convince
your
them.
guys's. What now?
Yeah, I guess.
I would.
we're-
I would
we've been
argue,
talking.
I would only argue with the Snyder fans because I hate them so much. Because it's like, why haven't you like? You haven't moved on from a piece of media. Like, it's done and over with. The guy who started the whole thing is like, yeah, like James Gunn's turn. Like this, I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I'm hyped up, and they're like, no, you've been robbed. It's like, bro, how you
I
gonna tell
kinda
someone who doesn't
agree,
feel robbed they've been
But
robbed?
I will agree. Again, maybe because I understand and kind of like the Snyder movies to an extent.
I was a fan.
To an extent, I like them.
But
and
move
I
on.
kinda some of the things we were robbed of.
I'm really sorry.
But move on.
Yeah. I understand it's annoying, but yes, we got to move on. But I can understand their frustration a little bit more.
No, because they lead with hate in their heart and they're rude about it. They're like, bro,
And
the things that
weebs
they
don't-
say and do, not
Hanada's
like,
not black. Like,
What?
weeds don't do the same thing.
First off, we're talking about Dragon Ball
I'm
Z.
sorry, I'm just saying. Weeds
But-
aren't just as...
No, like the shit, like, bro, the stuff that they do is just disgusting.
I think only because they were justified in their brattiness. they end up getting the Snyder Cut. It's them
We all got the
single-handedly.
Snyder Cut. Everybody got that. We
I
all
know,
enjoyed
but
it. We all
the
enjoyed it.
Snyder Cut bros paid for a billboard, bro. You know
That's
what
on
I'm saying?
them. They're fucking stupid.
But they were rewarded for their.
They got their
bitching.
movie. Move on.
Yeah,
Move on.
I hear you, but I rather.
How do you not move on from a movie? Like, bro, we are living life.
It's an incomplete
Why are
story.
you still online just hate mailing everybody?
But on
That
the
shit's
same
crazy.
tip, Dragon Ball constantly
It's mid.
is
I know.
lived up. It's constantly trying to harken back to a time
When you got
where
one of
it
these.
was great, and it hasn't gone back there. It's not ever going to be there.
No.
And even when it was there, we just didn't have the conscious to admit that it was bad. And we didn't have the media at the time. The internet wasn't a thing. We didn't have, as children, we couldn't dissect that shit longer.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was a good starting
the
point.
pacing was terrible.
Yeah.
From jump.
Yeah.
So
But we didn't-
I guess maybe because I can justify it easier. For me, I can explain it better that DBZ is mid, whereas Snyder Bros, I can talk to them.
You can't talk logic to them.
Yeah.
You can't talk logic to either one.
No,
But
you can't. That was the whole point of this.
The whole thing.
Logic is out the
the
window.
whole thing with Marty, nigga. We did that shit for 2 hours.
That was hilarious.
The numbers
That was a
there.
dope episode.
The numbers was
DBZ
there.
is mid. I love it. But the harder thing about the argument with DBZ, it's still going on. It's still
That's
selling great.
That's it.
It's still.
But see, that's the
It
problem,
was
though.
also.
That's all they need for
It
their
was
fire.
also
That's all they need.
the actual blueprint to a lot of animes moving forward. It's the origin of those types of anime.
Yeah.
You're
But
not
that
wrong.
doesn't make it
No, I
not
agree.
mid.
Yeah.
But
Like, bro,
I'm
like,
not
Hey,
saying it's
both
not
y'all,
mid.
No,
But you're not going
both
to
y'all
be able.
calm down.
You're not
Not
going
doing
to
this
be
again.
able
Told you this
to
was a good one.
argue with them
Starting
about
shit.
being mid when it's still going on and it's still successful. Zack Snyder's done. It's over with. It did bad.
It
Yeah,
lost money.
No, I understand that.
Good point.
I understand that. But I'm passionate about DBZ. So that's why I'm gonna fight with niggas about that shit. Because I understand that.
Yeah. No.
But it's like the same fucking argument that I made, the same argument that I made about the shit with like fucking when Marty was talking about it. Like, okay, like so things build on each other. So like the best fucking basketball player in the 40s is nothing to Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan wouldn't be in his position if it wasn't for the best basketball player in the 40s. Like most of us, when we listen to rap, a lot of niggas with music specifically, they can't get past like the era that they grew up in. Like the rappers from 2000 to 2010 were the best, and nobody that came in after that could be a legend. And but
Current rap though, like it is bad. It is bad, bro.
listen. Let me make my point first. So most people can't name a rapper that was foundational in the creation of rap. Like most rappers can't name a rapper most people can't name a rapper from the original era of rap. Like, but he was after.
He's not the original.
He was after. So the niggas in the basement of New York that started hip hop. Like,
Ooh, yeah, man.
yeah, like when you listen to it, I'm sitting here, bro. I'm on the couch. I'm telling my friend, Nick, get out.
Is it because I'm white?
Let's spin around on a fucking box.
So
didn't answer.
those people are important,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make them the best. Like
No,
the,
that's
like
right.
they were just foundational
No,
to the
they
creation
created,
of this thing.
But they're not they didn't master it.
Exactly. So exactly.
They didn't master it. Yes.
Exactly. So
Are you guys arguing with the mid people right now? Like,
yeah, fuck y'all niggas.
this is just a would you rather. This is
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What's
Let's
the-
move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Because I have
Yeah.
one more.
I'm gonna stand on that point though. Clip this shit, nigga. Clip this shit. Make sure you write this as a clip.
I refuse to clip it.
I have one more.
All right.
Okay.
This is for the video game people
So funny.
and somewhat movie people. Would you rather go to Raccoon City or Silent Hill? You got to spend 24 hours.
Which one will make me die fast?
All right, easily.
I'm
so
not trying to suffer.
easily-
I'm not trying to struggle.
easily Raccoon City.
Okay.
Just because. So not including the special zombies, like a liquor. Fuck that. Nemesis. Fuck that. Like any of the special zombies. Nah, that's kind of like just kill me quick. But like the thought of just like a normal zombie, like I feel like I can navigate that.
You're not going to have that in Raccoon City, though. You got them Rottweilers.
Yeah. Well, but the thing
A
about
zombie dog?
the thing
Yeah.
about Silent
No.
Hill,
And their mouths open
the
like.
thing about Silent Hill
no.
is that's your personal hell. Like that is meant to encapsulate on your own fears and your own insecurities and what you're afraid of.
You got Pyramid Head coming out of nowhere,
Like
just
I
ripping
would,
your skin
I
off.
would be in Silent Hill, like just like I just wouldn't move. I'd just be like, this is it. This is where I stand. Raccoon City, I'd be like, I got some plans. I can scheme. I can figure some things out. I gotta.
You got movement.
I gotta
Okay.
You
navigate.
got movement. Silent Hill. It's just as soon as it hits that fog,
Yeah,
it's just
once I start seeing
wherever they're at, I'm at.
once I start seeing the ash come down, I'm just like, all right, I'm chilling here then.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going.
You better
nowhere.
hope they
I'm
don't
with
get
Matt.
There's I
I'm
can agree
with
with
Matt.
that. There's more hope in Raccoon
You
City.
Yeah.
can finagle it. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's
Even if it's delusion. Like
damn.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I'm still
you
getting.
can make it day to day.
I'm still getting fucked in that, but I'm gonna have a fighting chance
Yeah.
somehow, some way.
we'll all say Raccoon City, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm a Silent Hill girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Silent Hill girl, so I'm going there.
You
Why?
Silent Hill.
I just want to see what they're
Nostalgia.
talking about. I want to see what they're talking
You
about.
want to experience it?
Yeah, I want to
That's a
see.
choice.
They
All
got
right.
those nurses in there.
They're pretty fine.
Anyway, what you got?
Okay. First one. Would you rather
Mhm.
go 30 seconds? You know what I'm talking about? Like last 30 seconds in a fight
Yeah, we
Okay.
should do that in the bathroom.
with Bane
Oh, okay.
Oh,
or Kingpin?
Bane. Because all you gotta do is just cut off the source of the venom.
How you gonna get there? What do you mean all you gotta do?
It's a plan. Or do you want me to just? I can. There's more of a plan with Venom.
Venom. Oh,
There's a plan with Venom. You know, all you like
I
even
always
if
forget
30
that's what it's called.
seconds.
Yeah.
But I can think on my feet. I'm a smart nigga. I can
with
think of
prep time.
That
I
nigga
can
going
read with prep time.
clean your shit.
I can read
As
with
soon as
prep
you
time.
get close,
what the Kingpin gonna do to me?
run. I'm a run.
I'm gonna go with Kingpin, but I'm gonna trash talk.
See,
Is this
yeah,
Vanessa
like,
really? You really the man, Vanessa?
yeah,
Love?
yeah, no,
You
like
beating up on me?
Does Vanessa peg
This is-
you?
This is what you think Vanessa would be into? You beating up an
Did you
innocent,
just
overweight
channel?
child?
Did you just channel Lear's energy when you said that? That's like when he said he was gonna talk shit to Gara.
Pretty much.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, you know,
I would. That would be funny though.
No,
Your
see-
dad never loved you.
Or
you
yesterday
get
when he
hammered,
said
bitch.
he was gonna knock out a gorilla.
oh man, that's a
Yeah,
conversation. That's another
Julier's
conversation.
level of
we gotta do.
delusion is amazing. We love you.
Yeah, that's why
Julier.
we love Julier. Love you, Julier.
Yeah, I would just
In the
trash
gay
talk
community,
Kingpin.
Yeah,
we call that drag delusion because drag queens, they get to a level of grandioseness where they think they're the shit and everything. I can sing, I can dance, especially in Drag Race. I can sing, I can dance, I can lip sync my way to the top. I can
I'm
blah
not
blah
gonna
blah,
tell
and
them
then
that
they
they
just they're still ass.
I'm not going to tell them they can't. But I'm
you
going to go with
should.
Kingpin.
That's why it's called delusion.
No, I let them live in it.
No, I think
Kingpin for me.
What?
I'm going Kingpin. Kind of with the fact with Nick, like my only
Emotional welfare.
the only kind of like interpretations that I've really ever seen of Bane that I could know of would be from the Batman movie, the Christopher Nolan movies, and in that one he just like
Oh,
he's just all he wants to do is just I'm kicking your ass. I'll go kick your ass.
I'm
Batman."
going to get
You're
you.
like
Listen,
so
like,
even in,
and I couldn't say that serious. I'd be laughing the whole time he's starting.
not even that. Like
You
I
got
feel
to
like there's
run.
nothing I could do that would like
Muppet ass up.
that I could slow him down with Kingpin. I could probably say some shit like it. You got Karen having him go. Stop.
Karen had him seasoned at the table.
Bro.
So like yeah, I talk some.
yeah,
shit to
I
him.
would go Kingpin too, and even
because
because
this guy want to talk shit to King.
yeah, fuck that
Because
nigga,
I
bro.
don't like
and I feel like I could.
on the narrow
I love it. No,
interpretation
doesn't.
of Kingpin.
Persia doesn't. I
What?
love it. I love it.
No, I feel like I could maneuver around him,
Yeah.
and I would like to talk shit to him. And Bane, like I'm gonna fucking die on this hill. There is no reason Kingpin should be able to fight like that. There is no explanation. I watched that shit. That nigga said all he did was kill his dad and go to a farm. What, like, where did this nigga learn to fight? Like, there is no reason that this nigga, other than just having pure rage.
Hey, we have Harley Quinn who can fight like that.
Listen, bro. Okay.
That autism strength.
Like, yeah, or something.
It's
something.
gotta be. It's gotta be.
bro. Okay. So the fact that he can fight pisses me off. Whereas at least Bane,
fat niggas can't fight.
no.
See, no, I wouldn't say he knows how to fight. He's got power. He's got
he knows how to
strength.
fight. He knows how to fight. When he was fighting Daredevil, that nigga was boop boop boop.
He was all right. I'll give you that.
he's
He was.
trained.
Like, bro, that nigga was ducking and dodging and shit. I was like, get your big ass out of here, bro. But with Bane, even say like we're gonna take the Dark Knight interpretation. The nigga was in an underground prison and survived and got out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Also,
Like,
he has asthma. All right,
like-
strong wind his ass.
what was he wearing in the?
Murph.
Was he wearing like a? He wasn't wearing his mask in the prison. Was he like wearing a sack or something? But regardless, he was.
Watch that movie. It's
He
so
was-
long.
He survived in an
shot.
underground prison. Okay, so that makes sense. And then the real Bane he's a professional wrestler or something, wasn't he?
He's a
He's a
genius level.
luchador.
Well, he wears a luchador mask, which is fucking sweet. Good look on him. But he's a genius level person. Like the way he
And
in
he's
the comics,
way bigger.
He's huge. But in the comics, the way that he defeats Batman,
We're going
is
comics.
He doesn't.
Kingpin's massive.
If we're talking comic books wise, he's way smarter because the way he beats Batman in that is he wears him down. He frees everybody from Arkham, and then he has Batman catch them one by one.
Yeah, that's
and then after like 5 nights of just straight crime fighting, he's like, it's time to break you. And it's like, then he just
It's like some
jumps him at home.
It's like Taskmaster.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
no,
so-
because Taskmaster's a fucking idiot. He'll just come at you kind of just straight on. But Bane was strategic with it. He's very smart. He's very smart.
I mean, so in both of those situations, so I'm gonna like taking my
He picked this just so he could tell
taking
his
my
reason.
personal
Yeah.
biases out of the equation. I would still take Kingpin because every time that we've seen Kingpin fight, if I could remember correctly, so far, because I'm not all the way through. Like I watched Born Again, and then I watched like 1.5 of Daredevil, but every time we've seen him fight, he was at an advantage over who he was fighting. So when he killed that Russian guy, he caught him by surprise. Like the Russian guy he didn't know what was happening. And then when he fought Daredevil for the first time, Daredevil had already just fought the ninja guy.
Yeah. Yep.
So
He was-
and then when he didn't even fight that fucking police commissioner, but the guy was surrounded. So it was like he was always at an advantage with these fights, and he's just having a giant fucking temper tantrum.
the finale fight for season 3's
Yeah, that was really good.
best fight still.
So what's your other one?
Would you rather be stuck in an episode of Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone?
Can I have the gay Black Mirror episode?
No.
I'm going.
Well, that's
I'm
what I
going.
want.
You have to pick the scariest of all the Black
I'm
Mirror.
going with Twilight Zone.
I'm going Black Mirror.
I want the gay sex episode.
And have it.
I
You
get
tell me what
someone
I
to
would do.
narrate me.
I'm going Black Mirror. I'm going Black Mirror
Gotta be in
because
one of the traumatizing ones.
Who says that's not traumatizing?
You're gay.
Yeah, I got a cool theme song on mine. I'm going
the
fucking
Black Mirror one. Why I'm going Black Mirror is because it seems more. It's going to be traumatizing and probably like fuck with my psyche, but it's going to feel like it's manageable. Like I'm going to feel
Yeah.
like in this situation that I get in, I'm going to be like, okay, I could figure this out. In Twilight Zone, it could be like a ghost. It can be an alien.
I agree.
It could be a supernatural being. It could be every single person on the world is gone, and I'm the only person. Then I wear glasses, and then my glasses break, and it like that. Like there's some like undescribable situation.
glasses no more.
Yo, that is such a specific scenario.
That's
Holy shit.
It's a real Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he was the last guy on Earth. He had glasses. He's like, all these books I could read, and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
That
the
is
glasses.
Yo, that would fucking
like if you
suck.
don't know how to make glasses, yeah, that does.
Yo,
suck.
that would be fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so what
Yeah,
are you going with?
I probably do Black Mirror as well because like Black Mirror is a parody on real life. So like it's just like capitalism essentially at its worst form. So like I can, and I'm already living that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an advanced stage.
It's literally just like next
exactly.
year.
Yeah.
So I would definitely do Black Mirror as well.
I would do Black Mirror too, because Black Mirror, it would be fun.
It's an inconvenience.
Yeah,
Like I can survive.
I'd say every
though.
episode.
most
Right, yeah, right.
because there
Yeah.
are some
Some
weird ones.
Yes, aside
Like,
from
I
the
want
absolutely
fucked
fucked
up
up ones.
There was one. I don't know if we talked about this on the pod, but there was one or in this most recent season where it was like the FBI essentially was investigating this guy who killed someone, and they were looking for him, and they were trying to get him to identify the body of who he killed. And the whole reason why he was doing this was because like he was playing some fucking video game that was like what's that? It's like Pocket something. You remember
Pocket Monster.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi. It was like Tamagotchi, but the things were like sentient in the game. Like they were alive in the game. And like he was taking LSD and he could communicate with them. He could understand their language.
Fucking
I remember
So-
that one.
So he was helping them like in the game, and like eventually they wanted to take over the world. So he set up this thing to be infiltrated by the FBI so that he could show a code, like a QR code basically, to a camera that could interpret the code, and then it knocked every human on Earth out. And so that they could like basically take over their bodies, I'm guessing. Some of the shit, like it was just fucking wild. Like it was just like that is some crazy shit. Like most of them bitches where you just gotta put the little clippy thing on and then you just go and like I could deal with that.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get killed by no Tamagotchi.
I'd do Black Mirror as well because it's not much different than what we're going through.
We're already going
Yeah,
through
I'm
like
in
I said,
Twilight Zone. I want something different.
Black Mirror,
Yeah.
of course. I always got to be the contrarian.
I'm a little
Black-
bored with it right now.
Black Mirror is Black Mirrar, like I said, like I think I said this last time when we talked about it, but Black Mirror is about humans and like how we react to technology. So I would know how to navigate that once I learned the technology.
Capitalism.
Okay, last one. Would you rather be trained as a spy by Sakamoto or Lloyd?
Oh.
Lloyd Banks?
I'm going
Lloyd Ford.
I'm going
Lloyd
with
Forger from
Sakamoto.
Spy
Yeah,
Family.
Lloyd from Spy Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with Sakamoto because the thing about him is everything is a weapon to him, and so that's what makes him so dangerous in that show. Is because anything that he touches is immediately a weapon. I want that.
But Lloyd got drip though.
He do got drip,
No,
but when Sakamoto, he got love.
I'm
He got
of course
a family.
I'm biasly going with Lloyd. But that is
Boyfriend,
because
that's not his boyfriend.
yeah, that is because he is a spy that his entire character is to be absolutely in no doubt prepared for every single scenario and situation he's ever has to go and be in, to where he has contingencies for every little thing. Like when he had to go on when he thought, so there's a little side plot of she was on an assassin mission, got poison in her ass, and is like couldn't get it out. No, it wasn't poison. She got like shot in the ass, and so like I know, and she was like in a bad mood. Like she was like
I would
real
be in a bad
like
mood,
every
too.
single time she was walking, she's like ooh, like just had to cover it up that she didn't get shot in the ass because she didn't want her family to know that she was an assassin. And so Lloyd, like when he was just trying to be like normal stuff and she wasn't reciprocating, he was like, oh fuck, is she starting to like get tired of this? What if this plan goes wrong? Oh shit, okay, I gotta take her out on a date and then I gotta make sure everything's okay. And so he literally had like 1,000 possibility list of like, I gotta take her, like if I want to do this, and if she doesn't want to do this, and I have this and this, and if she doesn't want to go there, we do like everything, like contingency. And he's always prepared for again everything. And even just like with Anya and his own missions and like he is not just only skilled to kill, for disguise, for intelligence, but also the preparedness. Like I would rather be really prepared, while Sakamoto is more just trained as an assassin. Like isn't he assassin or a spy?
An assassin.
Okay, yeah, like
But I mean, there's spyness to being an assassin.
right. Okay,
You gotta
yeah,
kill
and
someone without
so
them
I'd
knowing.
rather just be
Yeah.
more prepared than deadly, because Lloyd's still deadly. Like Lloyd could still kill, but not as
In a
not
fight,
as
who's
yeah.
winning? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sakamoto.
Like,
I'm going Sakamoto.
just saying.
But it's like it goes to like the Batman thing. Like he has the contingencies. Like Lloyd no matter what situation he's in, he will never not be prepared. That's where the comedy comes in Spy Fam, because the only ever time he's ever taken off guard or he's ever surprised is by emotions. When he's like, wait a minute, I didn't think you would react like that. Wait a minute, I didn't expect a child to do that. Like, it would just be shit like that. But other than that, like, really serious hardcore shit, no problem. He's never nervous about anything. He never second guesses things.
Good Shiza.
Antonio?
I've never seen Sakamoto Days, but I do like Lloyd. But because what you're saying based off Sakamoto Days, I think I would rather have emotional support than like some dickhead that's just gonna teach me shit.
What I will say, like Lloyd, he is void of he is also emotionless.
Yeah.
Sakamoto's got emotions. That's why
That's what I'm saying. That's why I would rather
why he
be
stopped killing.
Sakamoto
Oh, okay.
than Lloyd.
He's very against killing now.
Because like Lloyd is so annoying in that show some fucking time.
Yep.
I love Spy Family. I love it. But just like Lloyd is such a frustrating character sometimes.
Yep. You're just like,
And the possibilities of him just like he could be such a better character. And I get that's
the point.
it's the point. But
Yeah, that's
sometimes I'm watching certain episodes, I'm just like, are you that daft?
I think I would go Lloyd. Me and Matt.
Toxic ass niggas.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to
He's
kill.
I want to
learning,
know.
man.
I want to know
If you learn-
I want to be prepared for everything, every possible thing.
Except not
I just want to be able to
your
kill
daughter
you.
is
you
a
know,
fucking weird demon thing.
just to defend Lloyd a little bit, you know, some spoilers. His backstory, the only reason he's doing everything that he's ever doing was because when he was a kid, he just had friends. He was doing everything he could. Like, he was just having fun, normal time. And then the war happened and bombs came in and has killed his parents. And since he wasn't prepared for that and he was more focused on having friends, he thought, never again. I will be prepared for everything and I'll never have
I
emotions.
don't think
for
you can
anything
really
again.
prepare for a bombing by surprise.
But that's that was his point, where he was like, I'm going to make sure that no kid ever goes through that again.
Oh, well,
So that's why he wants to stop the war.
Go to
His-
therapy.
Yeah.
Antonio, do you have any?
Do you have any would you
Yeah,
rathers?
I have
What do you
to.
got? Two. All right, let's hear them. Let's hear it. I'm ready.
Would you rather participate in Mortal Kombat or the Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Mortal Kombat.
Dark Tournament.
Mortal Kombat.
Dark Tournament. I want to see.
Do I get to
wanna
be
make
a
new
Mortal
friends.
Kombat person?
Wait.
Yeah, I chose.
Actually,
They were
no.
equivalent in like RPG type characters. Like you don't know.
I'm cool. Bar level
Some
strength.
people are Kuwabara. Some people are demons.
See, I
I
think
and like Mortal Kombat. Like sometimes
Ooh,
you're
I want a
you're a
bicycle kick the
Sonya?
nigga so bad.
you're a Sonya or you're a Shang Tsung. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm going.
What the fuck?
I
Is that your
changed-
bicycle kick?
Yeah.
that was racist.
I'm changing to Dark Tournament. I'm ignorant in both subjects, but with take my heart, dude. You fucking
Get over here.
Ah! When I think of Dark Tournament, I think just like anime stuff where at least in those there probably is some fucked up kind of death situation shit. You know, I've watched I've watched Hunter x Hunter, and I know it's made by the same creator. And at best, you'll get a death where it's like, oh, I just kill you like that, or
Yeah.
my heart stops.
I don't
or,
think anything's worse than getting killed by Yoko Kurama.
Why?
He put one of them. He put a seed in somebody and just let the plant
Plant
grow
grow.
inside them, and they killed them from the inside out.
Mortal
'cause
Kombat,
Mortal
literally.
Kombat,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat has fucking fatalities.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know
Like,
this,
yeah.
but if I'm joining the Dark Tournament, I'm with my friends. I'm having a good time.
Sonya and Jax are best friends.
Yeah, but you got to kill one of them.
Nah,
eventually.
this shit is. Nah, this
You
shit
got to
is.
eventually shoot
you-
the ones with your boy.
Listen, you don't want any part of this, do we? You don't.
Listen, Dark Tournament's a great
You
choice.
don't want any
We could
part
be
of
on a
Mortal
team.
Kombat life.
yeah,
We can be on a
See,
team.
Mortal Kombat, you're on your own, and it's like every single thing in Mortal Kombat I see, they're just the most painful, deadly. I'm just like, I'm
painful.
Yeah, there's nothing good about Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat was my first.
Nothing good can come of
Mortal Kombat was my first love. So I would go Mortal Kombat because I want to be able to beat niggas up like you know what I'm saying. I want to wear the ninja suit. You know what I'm saying. I want to tell bitches get over here.
To
Get
me, it
over
sounds like
here.
you're just scared of what's to come from hell, but it's fine. Dark Tournament.
There's hell in Mortal Kombat. That's where Scorpion's from.
NetherRealm.
Yeah, I know, but I just felt like talking shit.
No, I want to be a ninja. What colors are there? There's
You
already
sound like
gray.
that one racist lady.
I want to be ninja.
That didn't mean do her.
Oh, sorry. We couldn't help it.
We can't be racist too.
We got what color can I be? Can I be gray? There's the smoke is
Smoke.
smoke already exists, but Smoke was black in the newer ones, wasn't he?
No,
or is that
that's
Noob Saibot?
Yeah, it's
Son of a
Noob
bitch.
Saibot.
I'll be Smoke though.
Said smoke's the goat.
Smoke sweet. Smoke is
Smoke is
sweet.
dope.
I like Noob though.
What else you got?
They're basic. Never mind.
What's up?
I was saying they play the same way when you play the game.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Kinda.
Isn't Noob Saibot a zombie?
Nah.
Yeah, Reverend it.
I
Yeah.
was about to say
Yes.
he's an ink blob.
He's a
What's your second one?
Would you rather be born a mutant with the powers of your choice? Granted, nothing overwhelming, no Omega level shit, just something
Come
cool.
on, that's not of our choice.
You can't.
No Omega level.
But like, you don't want to be like that one
Do
character.
you
who
know
just,
how many days I think about holding a politician like fucking
Yeah,
Magneto?
I'm just talking about like nothing. Like, I would love to be like just a normal telepath. I don't need to be Jean Grey.
All right.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
what's
I
the
don't
other
need to
one?
be.
What's the other one?
I don't need to be Professor Xavier. But so yeah, would you rather be a mutant born with the powers of your choice, excluding any craziness, and join the X-Men, or get powers through outside forces?
Like super soldier serum?
Yeah, whatever, or
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man even, and join the Avengers.
I'm joining the Avengers because I get less hated on if I'm on the X-Men. X-Men has never had it easy.
Yeah.
They put them on an island. They bombed the island. They went to Krakoa. They destroyed Krakoa. Like,
But the mutants have cooler powers.
I mean, not really. Some people in the Avengers have the same shit. Some
Spider-Man.
They
Well,
there's no fucking
no,
Avenger
The
telepath.
thing is, like, the mutant thing is you get to choose. Like, if I could choose, that would be the benefit of, like, I'm choosing something
Yeah, but you
convenient.
can't have Omega, so you just
No, right, but, like, I would...
I'm only saying Omega, like nothing. You
Well,
can't be Franklin Richards.
Right, like, if I were to choose any superpower in general, I would
That's what I'm saying.
just do convenience. Like, I wouldn't want to be a god. I'd just probably have, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
fly or something.
Spider-Man.
But, like...
Plus, I mean,
But being an Avenger, it's like I at least would have the freedom. Like I would definitely
get
just be like,
paid.
"Hey, we're part of a team. It's a small group kind of team." But with the X-Men, it's like you kind of have that community though. Like you do
As
have
X-Men, you're just child soldiers ready to die.
It was only 5 of them. The rest of them are child soldiers.
The rest of them are
I
child
think
soldiers.
oh, that's actually really tough. That's actually really tough.
I-
Go with
I'll
the
tell you-
Avengers.
I
They
think-
get paychecks.
I think mutants have cooler powers. Like
So I'll tell you my reason. I choose X-Men as a black queer male. You know, I'm.
gay.
I was gonna say nigger.
You mean about to? You just did.
They're about to and then say it.
Bro. But like in the same context. So as a double minority,
Yeah, we know.
I would choose the X-Men.
As a black rainbow.
Such a cool thing.
I know, right? I'm amazing. I like the community of the X-Men more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You shoot the ones, you fuck with one of them, you fuck with all of them. The whole school of these niggas. Sometimes even the Brotherhood, if the Magneto's playing right at that time. Sometimes you
True.
may even get you might just get clapped by Magneto. You know what I'm saying? And Mystique in them, depending on what side of the fence they on at the time. Whereas the Avengers, they're coworkers. They're not a family.
Yeah.
The X-Men
True.
are a family. Like, and yeah,
Super weird too.
it ain't about the powers.
Yeah.
It's not about the powers. That was the point of the question. Wasn't about the powers aspect of it, which powers you would get from which team. It was about who would you rather deal with when you have these powers.
Yeah, I didn't pick powers. I picked paycheck.
With them, when you think about it too,
But
like
you'll live for free. Professor Xavier's on 1%.
Great. I get to
With the-
live
but
with
with the
fucking old
X-Men, though-
fucking Hot Wheels.
but with the X-Men though, like bro, like they have it 10 times worse. Like because
Yeah.
they are literally persecuted. Like literally just for
Avengers are celebrities.
yeah, like you know what? I'm gonna go X-Men though.
People
And I
still
don't
love
care
struggling, I guess.
because of the
You such a bitch. That was hilarious.
Oh.
I would go
This is so stupid. I'm sorry.
when I say so I see what you're saying.
Oh, Nick, you're a fucking idiot.
I
bro.
see what you're saying. but like,
Niggas just want to struggle.
I think
We get on yourselves, don't you? Still saying I'm done. Niggas so annoying. No. Okay.
I think that the
Like,
X.
would you choose the conversation with Jay-Z or $1 Million?
No, I think the X-Men thing. One, if you're an X-Men, if you're part of the X-Men, I feel like you're in a better position to directly confront injustice. The Avengers don't fight injustice; they fight like evil.
They're
like they fight
super
like
threats.
They fight
World threats.
world global threats.
And they're
And-
super cops.
Yeah, basically. And I feel like I like X-Men powers. Like
Funny.
when I imagine,
Real.
like if I'm like daydreaming and I imagine myself having powers, I'm having X-Men powers. I'm not
Yeah.
having.
Angel
not
flight,
having-
storms.
Angel's flight. That's the one
What'd
you
you
want.
Was it on Spider-Man?
Well, Spider-Man floats both. He goes both
He's
ways.
a mutate.
He's literally everybody. Like,
Yeah.
he's been in X-Men. He's been in
Yeah, I don't
Fantastic Four, and
consider
he's been in
Spider-Man an
Avenger.
Avenger.
Yeah, no, I would. I
my
think
baby.
I would go X-Men, especially because like. Like for that reason too, like they are directly confronting injustice in the world, and then they're persecuted for no fucking reason. Like, we like the guys that got their powers later, like not the guys that were born with
Or
it, you
bought their
freaks.
powers in Tony Stark's case.
Yeah,
right?
like that. It's just
Love he
I would
bought it.
agree with that. Okay, but like so, fuck you guys. What would your power be?
Oh, I would definitely. My favorite is. I know you hate Jean Grey, but I love me some Jean
You
Grey.
just got to have some regular ass telepath. Okay, cool.
Telepath.
I can read minds.
Telepath and telekinesis.
Yeah, but you're not
Or-
doing Omega level. You're just doing regular.
Or Storm, like controlling.
That's
the weapon.
Omega level.
But like, it's manageable Omega levels. I'm not
no, you can't.
terraforming Mars,
Storm's
my
not.
nigga.
She's not invincible, right?
Who?
Like Storm's
Storm?
not invincible.
No, she's not
Storm?
invincible.
She's not invincible, but she's a goddess.
Her power is like
she in the comics.
There's
She's
no limit.
soloing gods right now in the comics.
I would
she
do.
terraformed Mars.
I don't know if I would want to be a telepath, but I would definitely want telekinesis.
Yeah,
Like, I would definitely want to
just
be
the
able to
inconvenience.
I'm not
I
gonna lie
would
to you.
never. I would never walk
and
again.
fly and fly.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I run like that needle all the time. Like,
I want to look. I would if I were to pick X-Men. I would want to look and have the powers of Nightcrawler.
you want to be blue?
Hell yeah.
You want to be struggle? Some people
My
want to
thing-
struggle.
I'd probably just do like either
If your ass off a building.
it's a combination of both or one or the other. Invulnerability, kind of like a Luke Cage or like a Colossus, or just super strength.
Okay.
Wait,
What'd
which
you
one
say,
are you
Wes?
picking? X-Men or Avengers?
X-Men. I'm picking X-Men. I am.
Yeah.
The
What?
amazing
No,
Spider-Man.
I am picking.
Hey, you got to get that
X-Men
Peter
just-
Parker luck too, though.
Well, see, if we were to choose like as an
Or he
Avengers,
could
like
go-
superheroes, I would want Spider-Man. Like that would be the end of the end all. But like you
Is
said,
Spider-Man that
you
cool?
you can't.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
man, he's
Really?
everything.
Yes.
Let's have this
Meh.
conversation. Let's talk about this real quick. Is his powers that cool?
Yes.
Yes.
Bro, yes.
Swinging in super strength is all
He
you
has,
fucking
yeah,
need.
he has.
I just
bro,
want to.
and
We want.
Spidey
Oh,
sense.
Spider.
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
I want to
He
fly.
swings.
No, spider sense is unreal. If
I
I
was-
had, if I had the
oh,
ability to
I
just be
literally
like
going to be a
sensing,
telepath. I could get. That's my. That's
not,
what
not even
telepathy
just
is.
sensing
But you can
danger,
block
but
that.
just sensing like if something's off, like just the being like
Telepathy.
I just watched the
Yeah,
scene from
yeah.
No Way Home when he
Preconscious.
when he
Precon-
knew Green Goblin was
Telepathy
about
and super strength.
yeah,
Or telekinesis.
and he can
my
climb
mind
walls.
is strong.
And he can
True.
climb walls.
that is a
I'll
power.
fly.
And
Telekinesis.
He's sexy.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
sexy now.
telekinesis, bro. I throw a train at a nigga.
In a heartbeat.
You're not
Telepath.
Omega level. You can only throw a bus stop.
See,
That's enough.
telepathy is
Right.
that's too easy.
Look, like we
Not
like I
as
said, I
Spider-Man.
ain't trying to take over the world. I'm not trying to be the Phoenix Force host. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. But just read a nigga's mind occasionally.
No,
First of all-
Occasionally get some spider
See,
sense
that would
or
just-
some
that would just-
tingling.
make me go crazy.
And it-
Because
Spider-Man
I'll be
shot
reading
the
every
ones-
single person's
First
mind.
of all, Spider-Man shot the ones with
And not have to
Colossus.
fucking drive anymore.
Spider-Man
I'll
shot the
float everywhere.
ones with Colossus
want-
while he had
you
the
know what?
Juggernaut powers and the Phoenix Force.
I would do all the tellas.
one.
I want to teleport, telekinesis, and telepath.
Oh, teleporting
You
would
get,
be,
you
all
get
right.
two at most.
No.
No.
Yeah, if
all
teleporting,
tele.
that's another one. Teleporting
Telephone your ass somewhere else.
would
sounds
be
fun. Yeah, if I had to pick like a
unreal.
low level, low maintenance one, it would probably be
just tell. I agree.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would be the most
Nightcrawler.
convenient
Blink or
power of
Nightcrawler.
all
Yeah.
time. Just
But
to
I'll
be
pick
like,
Blink.
I gotta go here,
I would
go
choose-
here,
probably
go
choose
here.
Blink. I don't, because Nightcrawler's powers. You don't know where you're coming through. The portal, the smoke, and everything. Give me Blink. Just
Well,
we're opening a portal.
he knows where he's going from. He's jumping dimensions. But I'm going Avengers. I'm Luke Cage.
What?
Wait,
Do you have a would you rather?
it was just I tried to think of good ones and I couldn't think of a good ones. The only kind of man when I was thinking was, would you rather be like have the power system of solo leveling where it's chosen for you?
Yes.
It is just based off of like that's what you have and that's it, not Sung Jin Woo.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
Yes, too quick. Hold on.
Yeah, just like
He stuck
that's
with
what
his-
you have and you can't progress.
That's like the lottery.
Or the Kaiju number 8, the suit, the power suit where it has your power level and that's your power level and the suit will adjust to what you are and give you like super abilities depending on how strong it gives you.
I would say Kaiju number 8 because you can improve your strength in Kaiju number 8.
No, you can't.
You can. He
Nope.
went from 0 to 1.
That's why it was so insane because it's the same thing as like solo leveling where once you're given that power level, you can only enhance yourself by weaponry, by getting other like killing a kaiju and making that kaiju into a more powerful weapon. That's why the number 1 kaiju guy, he put on the suit and had the strongest power level, and he was number 1 just because of that. So they gave him the most powerful weapons. The Kafka, like the main character, he started at the lowest thing, and then then once he got the kaiju power, then it started going up, and it was like everybody's like, "What the fuck? Why is he getting stronger? Like that
Going
shouldn't
solo
be like
leveling. Just because if I do get like a D rank or C rank, I at least have a class.
Yeah.
So I have some ability to use in the real world where I was like, if I can cast some magic, I can use some stealth, stuff like that. And I get cool equipment. I can look like a cool mage person or something. I'm going solo leveling.
I would also go solo.
I just pictured this nigga in a witch hat.
So did I. When I said that, I went straight like my man's in the dungeon.
Bro. Okay, I would probably do. I thought they could level up, so I would do solo leveling because in solo leveling you're not supposed to end up in a situation that's stronger than you. And then there's like a lottery, like you could be a S rank, you could be like whatever rank. It's just like whatever.
And they do have reawakenings.
And it doesn't matter
You do have
because
part
the S ranks are weak as fuck.
According to Sung Jin Woo.
So
Hell yeah,
whatever.
bitches
Like
don't
it doesn't
matter.
matter what you are if you're not Sung Jin Woo.
Real quick. I could also be Doctor Strange.
Oh, he's
See,
been
that's
holding on to that.
omnipotent.
He's
That's
been holding on to
omnipotent.
that.
Like Doctor Strange is one of the strongest fucking Marvel characters of all time.
All right, we're at like 1:30. Do you guys want to do Mount Rushmore or you want to
We
save
can do
it?
the Mount Rushmore
I only
for the
have
next
one.
episode. I have
Let's save it.
3.
Dude, I got
Okay.
3 that are like I think they're cool. So
Yeah.
like I kind of want to go into them because
Yeah.
I don't want to
Same.
just be like, hey, this, and that.
Yeah, no. So
'Cause
we'll save that for next
Yeah, I
episode.
will
Okay.
save it for next. And
All right.
later we can get it later.
We'll save it. Good shit.
Good shit.
All right.
So
Good scheisse.
good shite.
Oh, did y'all watch Coachella?
No.
Fuck no.
You guys are lame.
Coachella's lame.
Coachella's lame.
So are the people who go.
All it's for rich people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Even
fuck
Frank
my
Ocean
drag.
said fuck.
Sorry, bro. You're talking
Lady
to,
Gaga.
You're talking to the poors.
I'm poor too, but Lady Gaga's Coachella performance was fucking dope. I watched the live stream of it for
All
free.
right,
Nothing's gonna beat Frank
those.
Ocean's
the performances.
performance.
I respect those in the
I watch
artists.
it. I'm not.
But
I
Coachella
would
itself-
never go to fucking Coachella.
Yeah, fuck Coachella.
I would never do any kind of big festival like that. That seems again esthetism. That seems.
I
very
would
big.
only
Wow.
do
I'll be honest,
something
I
like
miss
that
it.
if
My
I was
knees
on
are
the
bad.
stage.
I can't
Yeah.
stand all
I
day.
miss it. I'd go
I don't like
again.
the heat.
Rolling Loud. I've been to 2 Rolling Louds and they were phenomenal.
That part, like, I just want to see. I don't know. I'm in a time in my life now. I probably won't do more concerts anymore unless it's icons.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Fire Force?
I started it. I didn't finish
I
it.
can't get into it just because of the fan service, but I really
Bro,
want
the
to.
fan service is annoying.
I
Like I
want to,
remember when you
man.
told me about that shit initially, but I was like, and I remember watching it and getting through it, but like now I'm watching it again. I'm like, God damn,
Mhm.
bro, it's so much. But
Distracting.
I
But
remember
man, the
this-
fights.
the story is pretty
Holy-
good. Like
I love
Shit.
the
Yeah.
visuals, like the
Yeah, like,
different
the
This
fights
is the
and
ways.
best
shit
sound
are-
design I've ever seen
But,
or
like,
heard in anime.
that shit is phenomenal.
I
Fire
got
Force?
I like
bored.
the sound design of Attack on Titan better.
Fire
Like,
Force?
Attack on Titan sound design is what made me aware of sound design because I'm like,
Huh.
why did someone think to do that? Like they add so many sounds that it's like the sword coming out of the thing.
Okay.
Like, you know, like the like I wouldn't even think about that. Or like when they're swinging around and like, you know,
I like the Fire Force so much because it's the impact sounds.
yeah.
Where it does like the
Yeah,
and then
the
it's
fire.
like
yeah,
it's like a big like bass. Like a
Ooh, yeah.
Benny Maru? Are we
I-
talking Benny Maru?
No, it's just the powers in general. Just
I don't.
how-
Yeah, there's so many moments where I'm watching an anime fight from Fire Force, and when a connection hits, it goes silent. And you just hear big bass like a boom.
the combustion
Yeah,
of the fire.
I do like it. I like that. I just don't. The fan service.
Yeah,
is
the fan
annoying.
service. It's,
And then the only thing
I got bored with the story. Honestly, I couldn't finish. The
The story gets insane.
it gets.
I hear it
deep.
gets really fucking
like
good. Yeah.
like so I'm going back and I'm rewatching
Finished
it
it all.
because
I couldn't
season
finish
3 dropped and I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? Like I watched the first episode of season 3 and I was like, what the fuck? And I forgot like the story because it's been so long. So I like went back and rewatched it and bro, I'm rewatching it. That fight between the main guy and Princess, I was like, bro, he hit this bitch once and changed her life. Like he put like boop, and she was just like, "You're my hero now." Little domestic violence. All right, Nick, do
Shut
your
up.
thing.
Wait.
Fire Force.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys watched Paradise on Hulu?
No, I've heard about it though.
I don't know if it's good, but it's got me hooked.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Essentially,
that's real.
Yeah.
essentially,
I know this is probably like.
I've heard
it's
about it.
got no big actors besides the guy from Anchorman 2 that's like Will Ferrell's rival, the rival show. But basically the premise is the main character is the president's like main bodyguard. He like runs it all, and he was the last person to see the president alive, and then the president gets killed. And there's a lot more to it that I don't want to ruin, but it's pretty interesting.
Viola Davis.
When,
She's not in there.
when did that come out?
In January.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
okay,
say it was
my
recent.
bad.
It came out.
There's another show that's exactly like that. I can't remember what it came out years ago, like maybe 8 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, where it's the same premise, where it was like just some random dude
Oh,
part of the
Sterling K.
president.
Brown
but
is in it.
It's
Yeah.
more than what I just explained, but if you guys were to watch it, I don't want to ruin that part
Right,
of
right.
it
Okay.
because it's a surprise a couple episodes in.
Okay.
Bet.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that thing because I do hear good things about it.
All right.
Nick,
Here
wrap
we
it.
go.
Do that shit.
See you, Space Cowboys, later.
Bye.